The reason that the Natural History Museum exists is down to a man called Richard Owen. Now, Richard Owen used to work at the British Museum, and he persuaded the British Museum trustees that the Natural History Department, so all of the specimens at the British Museum, needed its own home. A competition was launched in 1864 to design a new building. Now, the original winner was somebody called Francis Falk, and he was the architect behind the Royal Albert Hall, just nearby. But he unfortunately died just a year later, and the project was handed over to a relatively unknown young architect called Alfred Waterhouse. Now, Waterhouse completely reimagined the design of the building. He chose bold, Romanesque styles inspired by the great civic buildings of Germany, and he used terracotta for the whole exterior. It wasn't just aesthetic. In Victorian London, smoke and soot blackened stones within years. Terracotta was cheaper, it was quicker to produce and easier to clean, and it was much more resistant to pollution. So it was a great option. And you can see all over the museum, it's all built from terracotta. The museum wasn't just a building, it was a whole vision. Under Owen's guidance, the architecture itself would tell the story of life. The museum's decoration wasn't abstract or symbolic, it was scientific. Waterhouse created images in stone and clay, statues and carvings based on real specimens. Owen provided him with fossils, skeletons and scientific illustrations, and access to professors at the museum to check the accuracy of his sketches. And the results are incredible. Cobras coiled around columns, monkeys climbing up the arches, and extinct reptiles on the capitals. Now, Owen insisted on a strict rule: extinct species on the east wing and living species on the west. And this is seen all over the architecture, because on the other side you'll find fossil architectures, and on this side you'll find things that are still alive, like birds as well. This division reflected not only Owen's ideas, but also the scientific debates of the time. Charles Darwin's On the Origin of the Species had just shaken the world by linking the living to the extinct. But Owen resisted putting them side by side in the same displays, or even on the same walls, or even the same parts of the museum. And when the museum opened in 1881, it was unlike anything Britain had seen. It wasn't just a gallery of specimens, but a building that was in itself a work of art and a scientific statement.